So if your woman gets a really good job opportunity, job promotion, a raise, she's all excited, she's telling you about it, and you like,
that's what's up. Oh, for real? Are you ready for that?
You sure you can handle that? Are you mad? You can't play the same games with everybody.
Be grateful, okay? Be grateful for the other person that's dealing with your child and your situation indirectly for you, that they don't have to deal with. At this point, just snap my tubes, because at this point...
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So we are back with part 2 of why ladies cannot keep a man. This is the last part, and then we are moving on, okay? So I've got 6 points on why women struggle to keep a man. So stay tuned to the end to see point number 1, okay? Yeah, I be busy ballin'. So we're gonna get right into it. Number 6, y'all need to learn how to cook. I don't know what it is about this generation of women, like y'all not interested in learning to cook, or your mama can't cook, therefore she can't teach you how. I don't know what it is, but ladies, y'all need to learn how to cook. Don't no real grown man want to keep eating Alfredo and Rotel every week. Like, if your man already likes you a lot, he's really feeling you, and then you cook for him and it's good, girl, he ain't gonna want to leave you alone. Like, that's just adding to your greatness already. Cherry on top if you know how to cook. Like, come on now. I currently don't live with my boyfriend, so I don't get a whole bunch of opportunities to cook for him unless I'm bringing him leftovers or something, which is cool, but I don't really like to do that. Like, if you're gonna eat something I cook, I want it to be fresh. But when we do decide to cohabitate, it's over with, because he in for a treat, period, because he's going to be cooked for, because I feel like that's something women should do, is be cooking for their man. Not saying the man can't cook for the woman sometimes, okay? My man can cook, but I do feel like definitely a woman should learn and know how to cook for their man, okay? Number 5, y'all, don't embarrass your man, okay? Like, that is so whack. And I feel like it's some deep-rooted kind of like insecurity going on when women do this. But what I'm saying is, don't embarrass him in mixed company, okay? So, like, it's okay when y'all in the company of your own, it's just y'all two, you know what I'm saying? You crack jokes on him, kiki, you know what I'm saying? But, like, when y'all get around people and you continue to, you know, crack jokes on him and all that, that's not cool. And I'm not talking about, like, maybe bringing up a funny story or something that's happened to y'all. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, embarrassing, like, business telling type jokes. Like, your man got a stuttering problem or something, and you, like, belittle him about that in front of people. That is a no-no. Never fool him, clown him, make fun of him in public. Like, just don't do it. Like, I feel like that's so lame. So if y'all are around mixed people that are outsiders, not in y'all relationship, you need to be showing him some type of respect. His family, I mean, depending on the relationship you got with his family, it might be a little different, might be okay, but I would still be cautious. But don't make him feel small in front of people. It's emasculating, and he may laugh it off in public, you know what I'm saying, just because, but inside he's probably hating you and hates feeling that way, so stop doing it. You would hate for him to do it to you, right? So reciprocate that. Never ever embarrass your man in public. Number 4, ladies, you have to let your man provide for you, okay? This one can get a little sticky. So if he provides for you financially, okay, cool. But every single man on this earth is not in the position to provide financially. It is what it is. Some women in relationships are the breadwinners. Okay, cool. But you can let him provide for you in other ways. Financial support is not the only way a man can provide for you. Let him provide for you physically. Let him take care of you, cater to you, cook for you. Let him do the upkeep and maintenance on the house, the car. That can be providing for certain men. He can be the primary caregiver for the kids. There's such thing as stay-at-home dads. Let him provide for you emotionally. Let him be the shoulder you cry on. Let him give you advice and you actually take it and listen to it, apply it. Open up to him, okay? Be vulnerable with him. Men are natural born providers. That does not always mean financially. So whatever way he wants to provide for you that works for him and your relationship, let him do it. some women are so overbearing and want to control every single thing. Stop doing that. It's like you want to be the breadwinner, then want to come home and do everything from sun up to sundown, not letting a man be a man in any form. Let your guard down and let him provide for you whatever way that looks like to him, okay? Number 3, you may not be able to keep a man because you assume too much, okay? Y'all, I struggle with this so bad. I've gotten better, but I still struggle with it personally. Like, I swear my man is a mind reader. Like, and that's bad, y'all, because men are not mind readers, okay? We can't see the future, ladies. We have to stop assuming stuff. My biggest thing is I want to bring up something or ask my man something, and I assume his answer before I even ask or bring it up. And because I'm assuming his answer, I won't even ask or bring it up, which is really, really bad to do. What will happen is weeks later or months later down the line, I'll bring up or ask the question I wanted to ask. He gives me an answer that I was not anticipating. And then we end up arguing about me assuming. But I'm pretty sure it happens a lot because I know there's other women out here that assume like that. When you ask him a question, stop assuming what his answer is going to be. You don't know what the answer is going to be unless you're that type of woman that's testing your man and making sure he's going to tell you the truth. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about asking him a question you don't know the answer to, and you're just assuming what he's going to say. Stop doing that, okay? It's not just about answering a question, it's about what he's going to do as well. We can't assume that either. Then another big problem with assuming is when you're upset or mad about something, stop assuming that he knows. He may not know that, especially if you're good at hiding it. My only thing is I'm not good at hiding it, so I'm pretty sure my man does know when I'm upset, but he doesn't exactly know why all the time. We have to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just be sitting up there with an attitude, upset at something that's real, true, and validated, but we feel like, well, he should know. And so we just don't say nothing. That's not healthy. That's not good. It's not conducive to a relationship. So we have to stop doing that. Stop assuming, ladies. It can avoid a lot of unnecessary arguments. Number 2, you are looking for these men for your happiness. Okay, this is again another one I struggle with, so I don't want to speak too much on it because I'm still learning as we go, but I am going to bring in a special guest to talk about this a little more. I just brought up the point about where a lot of people go wrong is when they look to their partner for happiness, like solely to their partner. So what do you think about that?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll try to make it short.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mistake. You know, years ago, after basically feeling unhappy most of the time. You know, I had a job, I had a wife, I had kids, I had a house, I had stuff, but none of the things, the relationships, the objects, even the amount of income, and none of it made me happy. On occasion, I would feel a sort of sense of elation once I got a particular thing or something like that, but it just never lasted. It became an issue because I had been married maybe 10 years. My wife was continuously failing to make me happy until I realized it wasn't her job. As a matter of fact, things got a whole lot better for us when I came to this conclusion. That I took all of this heavy responsibility off of her. And so over the years, I've sort of learned that objects and money and things and substances and relationships, none of those things are going to deliver or create for me or for you or for anyone else lasting happiness. So once I came to the conclusion that it cannot be found in things and stuff and money and people, and after doing some reading as well, that it is the way people show up in the world when they let all these other things go. I don't mean we don't want people in our lives or we don't want to have a fine car and lots of money. Those things are good. But as long as we realize that it's not the slam dunk of life, and that the real slam dunk of life is understanding who we are and how we are and taking full advantage of that. That's where the joy is. It's going to be kind of let the trappings go.
So what is it when people are like if I tell my man, like, well, you make me happy, where does that come from? What does that mean? Like, can someone not make you happy? is what you're saying? Or like,
Yes, it's well to the extent that you think that occurred. I guarantee you that it's temporary. Even if your man makes you happy, it's connected to a set of circumstances that just occurred or something like that. But in the general sense, it's going to falter. And what you want, and what I want, what everybody wants, is happiness to be sustained, to always be there. That becomes more possible when we realize it is not to be found through the acquisition of a relationship, money, a car, a house, getting high, a degree. It's found by understanding that it's not there. It is who we are, really.
so it's an internal thing.
It is clearly an internal thing. It is not something that we can possess or manage or acquire or achieve or produce. It's just something that, how can I say it? Something that can radiate from your being and energize your actions when you are okay with life. When you know that everything is all right. When you stop thinking that it's going to be found through some experience. It's important to have people in your life. You are in the process of discovering who you are, your best self and stuff like that. And the people you want in your life are people that are going to help you with that.
True.
So it's good to be on this journey with somebody. And if it's somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with, that's even better. So I don't want to discount, the value of a positive relationship. I'm just saying, don't put this pressure on this other person to deliver something that's undeliverable. All right, that's just too much heat, They're gonna fail.
Okay, that was the point.
Yeah.
Don't put the pressure on this other person to create happiness for you.
Yeah, happiness is more of a state of mind, a point of view, or decision than it is something out there that's happening to you.
The average person doesn't think of happiness that way. They think it's like, what can I do or who can I be with to create that for me?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's such a basic part of our human nature is to desire happiness.
Yeah.
All right, and so everybody's sort of like in this dilemma to the extent that they don't understand what's really going on. Everybody's trying to get something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So. And what happens, and which kind of perpetuates the mistake, is that when you pursue something and you get it, you think you feel happy, but it doesn't last. It just ticked off something off the list, and you wanted something else. So every time you get what you pursue and desire, it feels like happiness. It just doesn't last. We sometimes mistakenly think that the happiness was caused by the thing, the circumstance, the person. And so we need another person, or we need more of that person, or we need another degree, or we need a bigger house or a faster car, because the pizzazz and the joy wore off. As long as we stay in this confusion, that's all we're going to do is go through maybe moments of happiness, but it's not going to be sustained. Some people just are never going to be happy.
Right.
And that's another story for another time. If you get to this spot, life becomes a lot less complicated. And you don't put so much pressure on yourself or the people around you. Everybody's got issues, everybody's struggling, everybody's pursuing. You don't know what's going to happen next. Your superpower shows up in your ability to adapt as a part of that growth process.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you for asking me.
And number one, ladies, this one might strike a little nerve, okay? This one might upset some, but it's the truth, okay? You cannot keep a man because you don't conduct yourself as a lady, okay? And I feel like it's rooted in a lack of self-respect. Men want, and I'm talking about grown men, like I'm not talking about little boys, a certain kind of grown man. They want a respectable woman they can bring around, a lady. I will not lie, okay? This generation of women, I hate to say we because I don't do this, but I'm a part of this generation of women. So this generation of women, we have become less and less ladylike as time goes on. Y'all be twerking, shaking. for Instagram, posting all kind of thirst traps, talking about sex and your vagina on the internet. Y'all act like that and then wonder why you're single, or you only attract a certain type of man, or you only attract men that want to have sex with you. Why do you think the math ain't mathin'? Why would a man want to take you serious, make you his wife, if you shake on Instagram every day? Like, we leave nothing for the eye, nothing for the imagination nowadays in a man's mind, okay? It's all available on Instagram. And I'm not talking about certain settings, like some women, you know, saying you out with your friends, your homegirls, y'all partying, y'all, you know what I'm saying, and you dancing a little bit. That's different. That's the appropriate setting. I'm talking about women that's chilling at home in their panties and a shirt, prop up their phone, start shaking. Why are you doing that? And I hate the women that say, well, I'm just having fun. No, you're not. You're seeking attention, okay? And that's why you can't keep a man, is because nowadays the attention of our partner is not enough. We instead seeking attention from strangers on the internet by going above and beyond seeking attention. But if that's not your goal, you feel me, to have a man approach you in a respectable way, if that's not your goal to get married, and then have at it, sis, do what you do. I'm talking about the women that are trying to set themselves up to be a wife. Any woman that has self-respect, classy women I know personally in my life, don't act like that on Instagram. It is what it is. All these little challenges, bust it down challenge, bust it challenge. I sound like an old woman, I don't even know. I remember the silhouette challenge was going around. Y'all was naked, literally naked on social media, but y'all thought it was okay because there was a black silhouette over your body. Nah, that's not okay, and it's not cute, okay? It's like y'all use these challenges, okay, to act like classless birds on the internet, and then you want to turn around and wonder why you're so hyper sexualized. Why do y'all think? Why do y'all think that is? I really want to know. I can talk all day about this, but I don't want to go down too far into a rabbit hole, but keep it classy, keep it cute. Like, I'm not saying you can't never twerk on the Instagram, but make it an appropriate setting. In my opinion, that's one of the biggest reasons that a woman cannot keep a man, is because you don't conduct yourself as a classy, grown, respectable woman. It is what it is. You got to get it together, ladies, period.